From the time we're old enough to earn an allowance, we are given a very specific set of instructions. Get a job, save every penny you can, and leave it in a bank account. We are told this is the responsible path to a secure life. But the math rarely adds up for the average saver. Millions follow this advice to the letter and still struggle to retire, while the banking sector continues to post record-breaking profits year after year. This discrepancy exists because most of us are never taught the actual mechanics of currency. We rely on financial rules established for a world that no longer exists. When you deposit a paycheck, those bills don't sit waiting for you in a vault. Over the last century, the relationship between a paper bill and physical value has shifted, changing money from a fixed asset into something far more volatile. Treating cash as a static asset to hoard provides a sense of security, but it often locks us into a cycle where we are forced to work longer and harder just to maintain our current lifestyle. In 1933, the U.S. relationship with money was literal. Under the gold standard, you could walk into a bank and demand to exchange your paper currency for physical gold. The dollar was a receipt for a tangible, finite commodity. When that standard was abandoned, the dollar became fiat money. It holds value by government decree, not because it is backed by a physical reserve sitting in a vault. Without the constraint of gold, institutions gained the ability to expand the money supply at will. They can print new currency to influence the economy, regardless of how much physical wealth actually exists. This expanding supply of money creates a constant upward pressure on prices. When a shortage of used cars meets a surge of buyers with cash, the increased competition for that limited inventory drives the sticker price higher. We see the same effect when the cost of raw materials and labor increases. When lumber prices spike, construction companies pass those costs directly to the buyer, raising prices across the entire housing market. Because currency is printed instantly, but physical goods take time and resources to produce, the cash sitting in your wallet loses a fraction of its purchasing power every single day. This chart shows the projected growth of $10,000 left in a standard bank account for 1,000 years. At a 0.5% interest rate, your balance eventually climbs to $1.5 million. However, when we apply the historical inflation average of 3.6%, the reality is visible in red. Your actual purchasing power drops every year. After a millennium, that $1.5 million would buy you a lifestyle significantly lower than your starting point today. While savers accept these diminishing returns, banks treat that same capital as an active tool for growth. They take your deposits and immediately loan them out for mortgages and credit cards at high interest rates, or invest them in high-yield vehicles to generate immediate returns for the institution. The banking system relies on the public maintaining a defensive, saving-based mindset, while the institutions use that same capital to execute an offensive, investment-based strategy. Some investors seek to exit the fiat system entirely by moving into precious metals. Gold and silver possess inherent physical value that generally protects wealth against the effects of a devaluing currency. But holding physical metal is a defensive play. While it preserves value, it does not actively generate the wealth, which can be a significant drawback for younger investors who can afford to take on more risk for higher growth. A more balanced strategy involves maintaining a 3 to 5 month emergency fund for immediate security, while ensuring all remaining capital is actively deployed into the market. Index funds, like the S&P 500, allow individuals to capture the growth of the top-performing companies in the economy. Historically, this broad market approach has provided annual returns between 8 and 10%. For money that needs to stay liquid, money market funds provide an alternative. These invest in short-term debt from governments and banks, offering yields that are typically much higher than traditional savings accounts. Adopting these tools changes your relationship with the economy. You stop being a passive victim of inflation and start participating in the same growth cycles that institutions use to build wealth. The fear of market volatility often keeps people tethered to their savings accounts. Watching a balance fluctuate feels like a direct threat to the financial security we were taught to value as children. This fear ignores the opportunity cost of staying on the sidelines. Every year spent waiting for a risk-free moment is a year of missed gains and lost compounding time that can never be recovered. Investing involves specific risks. But leaving money in a traditional savings account results in a predictable, mathematical loss of value. In an era of constant inflation, doing nothing is often the most expensive choice you can make.